Whether you're a competitive iRacer or a casual autumn-listed to historic racing enthusiast, everyone wants to be faster. Well, what if I told you that you could very easily be a lot faster than you think you are, but are just missing something? If that is the case, which it very likely could be, I will introduce what that problem is, and once you know what it is very obvious how to solve it. See, I once had this problem too, and it was holding back my full potential by sometimes seconds a lap. This problem is not because of driver error or a lack of understanding of the car, but is instead a lack of understanding on how competitive racing works. What most people do when they sim race is find a car track combination they feel like using that day and just drive. Maybe they'll do a quick offline 5 to 10 lap race, or will practice for an hour or two before hopping into a ranked iRacing race. Now, there's nothing wrong with playing sims like this. Unless one of your top priorities is to be really competitive, if this is what you feel is right for you, you should just keep on doing it. It is, however, hiding you away from your full potential, and makes you appear slower on the time trial leaderboards than you actually are. See, chances are that when you use this method of playing, you are very constantly switching up the car and track that you drive, and even if you do choose a car track combo consistently, it really won't be for a long period of time. Well, where a lot of guys that are quote-unquote faster than you are making up 1 or 2 seconds per lap are simply dedicating more time to a car or track for a long period of time. Many will gain 3+ hours of practice before hopping into an ordinary iRacing race. And those top 5 or 10% guys on that one leaderboard, most of them might not even be that much more skilled or knowledgeable than you. They simply spent way more time consistently dedicated to that specific car track combo. I, for one, am not really a big online racing guy. However, even before something like a 20 to 30 lap casual race around Donington in an F4 car against AI, I would have had at least 2 or 3 hours of track time in that combo before ever thinking about doing a race longer than 5 laps. You have to remember that sim racing is not a casual thing. It requires a lot of dedication to reach your max potential. You could be just as fast as one guy, but be 2 seconds off the pace without a clue of what you're doing wrong, just because you have an hour of track time and he has 4. Another important thing to remember is that these hours should be close together. If you had even 10 hours of track time in a specific combo before, but it was 3 months ago, chances are you'll be a lot slower, so you should spend at least 1 or 2 hours refreshing to reach a decent pace. Also, keep in mind that the amount of hours I'm stating here are not for max potential times. Having 5 hours or so in the past 2 weeks is certainly enough to reach decent lap times, but not enough to get to your absolute best. In reality, the people that are on top of these super competitive leaderboards probably have at least 20 hours in that car track combo, or at least the track. Of course though, not everyone has that kind of time, which is exactly why you should never really compare yourself to these hyper-competitive guys unless you want to be one. In a way, it's kind of like fitness influencers and lighting. You could look just as good as them, but they spend the time fighting the best lighting, making them seem better. At the end of the day, it is actually pretty hard to determine how fast you are compared to the general population, but hopefully this video has helped you with that, as well as potentially gave you a tip on how to better your lap times. If you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you liked and or subscribed, and I wish you all the best of luck on your sim racing journeys.